A lot of the boxing community thinks that Devin Haney is soft for obviously, you know, complaining about Ryan Garcia testing positive for ostarine, pursuing legal action, trying to get his O back, and successfully doing so, and getting that loss overturned to a dub. But, you know, it's going down as a no contest. That's the final ruling. And the New York Athletic Commission has ruled that Ryan Garcia will receive a 1-year ban and suspension from the sport of boxing. How do we feel about that, guys? Is Devin Haney soft? Let's get into it. I'm going to tell you guys what I think. My perspective is a little bit complex. It's not so much, you know, Devin Haney soft. I don't really think that, because no boxer gets in the ring, and Devin Haney of all people has been making big fights happen. So first of all, before anything else, I got to give Devin credit for that. But ultimately, you know, I want to see that Miguel Cotto in Devin Haney. I want to see him, you know, Antonio Margarito got caught with the plaster in his hands. Maybe that's an extreme example, but whether or not, you know, Devin Haney was technically cheated against. And with Ryan Garcia, I think that with time, Devin's going to want that rematch, but I would love to see a little bit more of confidence. It seems like a lot of confidence and mental strength has been taken away from him with that beating that he took against Ryan Garcia. And it's kind of messed up, especially if Ryan Garcia, you know, intentionally took PEDs, and obviously the test was positive. I'm just trying to play both sides in terms of anything's possible in the sport. You know, sometimes supplements get contaminated, like Ryan said, but you know, the facts are the facts, and Ryan Garcia did test positive. But I really do want to see Devin avenge that loss in the ring. You know, he doesn't have to call it a loss, but if I'm Devin, I don't want, you know, to be handed a disqualification win. You know, even a no contest, I'd be like, keep your win, but I want to see you again. You know, that's the mentality that I kind of was hoping from Devin Haney. But you know, I can't blame him. You know, I can't blame him. He's gone through a lot, facing adversity for the first time, getting genuinely hurt, dropped multiple times, and then ultimately getting his first official loss, even though it got overturned. You know, that still plays a big role and takes a toll on a person's mind. And Devin's a good dude. I've interviewed Devin. I've seen Devin in person. His father's a nice guy too, but I would like to see them get the revenge in the ring. Personally, I'd love to see a rematch. I think it sells a lot of pay-per-view numbers, and the ticket sales would do much better than the first fight, in my opinion, now that there's a bit of a narrative. And I'm not saying, you know, people should take PEDs so that they can make a big rematch happen. I'm not saying that, but this is what happened. You know, that's ultimately what happened. So for Ryan Garcia, he's going to have to be taking time off, and Devin's dealing with a lot in terms of people within the boxing community. And it's not only fans. A lot of fighters and a lot of trainers are going on social media and talking about how Devin needs to avenge it in the ring. And while I agree with them, I also think that a lot of people are being toxic about it and saying stuff like Devin's being a baby and this and that. But if the roles were reversed, would the same thing be happening? Would Ryan Garcia be getting called a baby? I don't think so. And I think it has to do with not so much who Devin Haney is, but more so who Ryan Garcia is. You know, because Ryan Garcia is such a star, because he has a cult-like fan base, they're gonna stand by him through thick and thin, even when he's in the wrong. So that's the kind of situation that we have here. I'm not saying that's the way it's supposed to be, but you know, this is the reality of life. When people see two guys, you know, boxing's a business. Boxing, a lot of the times, is a spectacle. There's a good guy, there's a bad guy. And Ryan Garcia, if you guys want to take him as the good guy, you can, but you have a guy in Devin Haney who was the victim of you know, cheating, of a positive PED test, and people have chosen Ryan Garcia to be the good guy and Devin Haney as the villain. You know, I look at it as someone who puts all the spectacle stuff aside. You know, I got to look at it black and white. Ryan Garcia tested positive, but also I've seen instances where contaminated supplements are actually a thing. You know, not only in boxing, but in the UFC as well, in MMA. So this isn't something that's never happened before. You know, Sean O'Malley from the UFC tested positive for ostarine through marijuana. So whatever you guys may say, I'm going to give Ryan Garcia the benefit of the doubt, but I'm also going to, hold him accountable in that, there is a possibility that this was an accident, but you tested positive. So you got to receive that suspension. It was in your body, it was in your system. You got to be suspended for a year. So, and it's funny because I'm not sure if there was no punishment, let's say Ryan Garcia beats Devin in a decision and, there were no knockdowns and Devin never really got hurt. Ryan Garcia just somehow managed to outbox Devin. I don't think it would be as much of a big deal, but because that punishment was so visible, obviously, you gotta now put the puzzle pieces together and say, oh, the positive test kind of makes a little bit of sense now. And people are gonna say stuff like, Ryan Garcia, you would have been ripped if he actually took PEDs. No, that's not true. That's not just what happens. And yeah, I'm not trying to make Ryan Garcia seem like a bad guy, but I'm just trying to bring the facts to you guys and try to have an unbiased opinion. Devin shouldn't be getting hate online. Like what I'm seeing on social media under Devin Haney's posts and Twitter posts and Instagram posts, it's crazy. I'm like, wow, people must really like Ryan Garcia and people must really not like Devin in the sport of boxing to the point where, he's the one that's the victim of a positive PED test and people, support Ryan more. It's just like, wow. It surprises me. If you just look at it, take a second, separate yourselves for a bit. No matter who you're supporting, Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia, look at the situation from an outside perspective. Isn't it crazy? You would think that the world, society, you have faith in humanity, that people are going to follow the right person, and then Ryan Garcia tests positive for Ostarina and people are supporting him, and then, hating on Devin for trying to get his win back or trying to get that undefeated record back, rightfully so. I mean, they hate it because they saw what Ryan did in that ring, and that's the part that I understand, but you got to separate yourself from that. A positive test is a positive test. Ryan Garcia is gonna be back, but let's not go at Devin. That doesn't make any sense. Devin Haney's still a very talented boxer, and I think he could still become world champ. It's tough because I still need to see him get the confidence back, of course. I don't want to just, speak and say Devin's going to be the best fighter in the world, even, with what happened. But, with talent alone, Devin is really good. But the main thing that always separated Devin from the rest of the pack, or at least put him in that conversation, was the discipline. The fact that he always makes weight. And a lot of people like to call him a weight bully, this and that. The sport of boxing is you make weight. And there's nothing about, you walk around at this weight, so you shouldn't be fighting at lightweight. You can't say that kind of stuff about Devin. You can't say that he's a weight bully because he makes the weight. The same way Ryan Garcia should have made the weight. And Devin made a mistake, and honestly a foolish blunder by him and his team to even go through with that fight with Ryan Garcia being 3 pounds over. They shouldn't have ever, taken that fight. There was a lot at risk, but they slept on Ryan Garcia. They thought, hey, give him the 3 pounds. I still want to get paid. I think we beat this guy easy, but no, it wasn't like that at all, because Devin, PEDs aside, it was a more difficult fight than they thought it would be, because Ryan is clearly as big as Devin Haney. He looked bigger in that ring. Obviously, the 3 pounds did make a difference. Also, you guys got to remember that Ryan Garcia dealt with the weight issues from Tank, so he learned a lesson. He said, I'm not going to get taken advantage of again. I'm not going to deal with the rehydration clause and a catch weight again. So he came in 3 pounds over. That was strategic from Ryan Garcia. He could have made 40. You kidding me? Ryan Garcia, I've seen Ryan Garcia in person. He could make 140, but no matter what, he did that because of what he experienced with Tank. He said, I'm not gonna be the clown in a situation. I'm not taking the short end of the stick anymore. So he went in there and obviously, beat up Devin. And I think now Devin's still trying to cope with it. He's still trying to, get himself together and put all the pieces together. And whether or not he's gonna come back strong, I don't know. I hope so. I hope to see the best version of Devin Haney back, but it's all about the mindset. How is he going to respond to, being traumatized from his first loss? Because it wasn't just a decision loss where he got outpointed. He got hurt at multiple points in that fight. He could have, that fight could have been stopped. So we have to see how he not only recovers physically, but psychologically and mentally is more so what I'm concerned about for Devin Haney. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is Devin Haney soft? I don't think he's soft. I think the opposite. I think he's doing the right things to kind of save his career, but I do also, on the flip side, believe that he's going to have to get revenge from Ryan Garcia in the ring, and, you know, a disqualification or overturned win or no contest just isn't going to do it for me or the boxing fans. He's going to have to see him, and I think Devin knows that. He'll be ready, but he needs time to, you know, recover and heal from that beating that he took. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate the constant support. It's been your boy Matt with Naz Fight Media. Catch you all on the next one. But yeah, we're grinding. Thank you guys for always tuning in. It's been your boy Matt. Peace. That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy Matt Nabong with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.